Holy shit.
In the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, a tempest was brewing. It began innocently enough, a mere tropical depression swirling off the coast of Africa. But this seemingly insignificant disturbance held the potential for immense power. Fueled by the warm waters of the Atlantic, it began to grow, gaining strength and organization. Meteorologists watched with growing concern as the depression transformed into a tropical storm. They christened it Milton, an innocuous name for a storm that would soon unleash its fury. Milton continued its westward journey, drawing energy from the warm, moist air above the ocean's surface. Like a beast awakening from slumber, Hurricane Milton was coming alive. The swirling bands of clouds grew larger, the winds more intense. Within days, Milton had transformed into a hurricane, its swirling eye a harbinger of the destructive force it carried within. This was just the beginning of Milton's journey, a journey that would leave an indelible mark on the southeastern United States, particularly the state of Florida. The stage was set for a dramatic encounter between nature's raw power and human resilience. The warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico acted like an accelerant, fueling Milton's fury. The hurricane thrived in this environment, its wind speeds increasing exponentially. This rapid intensification is a phenomenon often seen in hurricanes, and Milton was a textbook example. The storm surged from a Category 1 hurricane to a Category 3 in less than 24 hours. Such rapid intensification poses a significant challenge for forecasters and emergency responders. It leaves a shorter window of opportunity to warn communities in the storm's path and coordinate evacuation efforts. The pressure within Milton's eye plummeted, a sure sign of its growing strength. The air was thick with anticipation and a growing sense of dread. The swirling vortex of clouds expanded, reaching out like grasping claws towards the unsuspecting coastline of Florida. The storm's track was becoming increasingly clear, and it was aimed directly at the densely populated western coast of the Sunshine State. Across Florida, a sense of urgency gripped the state. The National Hurricane Center issued dire warnings about Hurricane Milton's approach, its potential impact, and the importance of heeding evacuation orders. The news was filled with images of the monstrous storm churning towards the coast, its swirling bands of clouds stretching hundreds of miles. Governor Jeb Bush declared a state of emergency, mobilizing the National Guard and activating emergency response teams. Coastal communities, from Tampa Bay to Naples, braced themselves for the impending onslaught. Evacuation orders were issued for low-lying areas and mobile homes, sending millions scrambling for safety. Supermarkets were stripped bare as residents stocked up on essential supplies: water, batteries, canned goods, and first aid kits. The air crackled with a mix of fear and determination. Floridians were no strangers to hurricanes, but Milton's rapid intensification and projected path made it clear that this was not a storm to be taken lightly. On a day that began like any other, the sky darkened ominously. The wind, a gentle breeze only hours earlier, transformed into a howling gale. The first bands of rain arrived, lashing against windows and whipping palm trees into a frenzy. Then, with the raw power of nature unleashed, Hurricane Milton roared ashore. The storm surge, a wall of water pushed ahead of the hurricane, slammed into the coastline. Coastal communities disappeared beneath a churning mass of seawater. The storm's powerful winds, exceeding 120 miles per hour, ripped apart buildings, uprooted trees, and tossed cars around like toys. Milton's fury was relentless. Hour after hour, the storm battered the coast, its howling winds a constant reminder of nature's awesome power. The eye, a deceptively calm center of the storm, passed over, offering a brief respite. But the worst was yet to come. As the eye moved on, the back wall of the hurricane, packing the most potent winds, struck with renewed ferocity. Section 5. The Exodus. Challenges of a mass evacuation. The evacuation, though well coordinated, was not without its challenges. Millions of people on the move inevitably led to clogged highways, fuel shortages, and a sense of panic in some areas. The elderly, the disabled, and those without access to transportation faced particular difficulties. For many, the decision to evacuate was a heart-wrenching one, torn between the instinct to protect their families and the fear of leaving their homes and possessions behind. Some residents, hardened by previous hurricane experiences or skeptical of the storm's projected path, chose to ride out the hurricane in their homes. This decision, while understandable, proved fatal for some, as they underestimated Milton's power and the dangers of storm surge and flooding. The evacuation, a massive logistical undertaking, highlighted both the strengths and weaknesses of Florida's disaster preparedness plans. Section 6. Early warning systems, Sentinels in the storm. Despite the challenges, the early warning systems in place undoubtedly saved countless lives. Days before Milton made landfall, the National Hurricane Center began issuing advisories and warnings, giving residents ample time to prepare. The media played a crucial role in disseminating this information, broadcasting constant updates on the storm's track, intensity, and potential impact. The cone of uncertainty, a familiar sight during hurricane season, showed the possible paths Milton could take. While this cone can be anxiety-inducing, it is essential for conveying the inherent uncertainties in forecasting a hurricane's track. The early warning systems, combined with effective communication and coordination among government agencies, first responders, and the media, were instrumental in mitigating the loss of life. Section 7. The future of forecasting, advancing storm tracking. Hurricane Milton served as a stark reminder of the importance of continued investment in storm tracking and forecasting technologies. The more accurately we can predict a hurricane's path and intensity, the better prepared we can be. Scientists are constantly working to improve hurricane models, using advanced computer simulations, data from satellites and weather buoys, and even artificial intelligence to refine their predictions. One promising area of research is the development of unmanned aerial vehicles, or drones, equipped with sensors that can fly directly into hurricanes. These drones can collect valuable data on temperature, pressure, wind speed, and even the structure of the hurricane's eye, providing forecasters with real-time information. By improving our understanding of these powerful storms, we can make more informed decisions about evacuations, resource allocation, and infrastructure development, ultimately saving lives and protecting property. Section 8. Preparedness. The key to resilience against nature's fury. Hurricane Milton, like all natural disasters, underscored the importance of preparedness. Having a plan in place, knowing your evacuation route, assembling an emergency kit, and staying informed can make all the difference when disaster strikes. It is not enough to simply rely on government agencies or emergency responders. Individual preparedness is crucial. Communities, too, must prioritize resilience. This includes investing in infrastructure that can withstand hurricane-force winds and flooding, implementing stricter building codes, and creating robust evacuation plans that address the needs of all residents. By embracing a culture of preparedness, we can minimize the impact of these events and recover more quickly. Section 9. A shared responsibility, our covenant with nature. As we rebuild and recover from the devastation wrought by Hurricane Milton, it is important to reflect on our relationship with the natural world. Climate change is warming our oceans, providing the fuel that drives these powerful storms. The destruction caused by Milton is a stark reminder of the consequences of our actions. We have a responsibility to be stewards of our planet, to reduce our carbon footprint, and to mitigate the impacts of climate change. By transitioning to cleaner energy sources, protecting our forests, and adopting sustainable practices, we can create a more resilient future for ourselves and for generations to come. This is not just an environmental issue. It is a matter of human survival. Hurricane Milton, in its fury, has given us a glimpse of what the future holds if we fail to act. Section 10. Living in harmony with nature's power. Hurricane Milton was a powerful reminder of the awesome and often destructive forces of nature. But it was also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. In the face of adversity, communities came together. Neighbors helped neighbors, and first responders risked their lives to save others. As we rebuild and recover, let us carry with us the lessons learned from Milton. Let us honor the memory of those lost by embracing a future where preparedness, resilience, and a deep respect for the natural world are paramount. We cannot control the weather, but we can control how we prepare for it and how we respond to its fury. By working together, we can weather any storm